Okay friends, it's time to get started on our engine mount. Now underneath the front of your vehicle, typically you're going to have some sort of splash shield, and that splash shield generally will be held up with either 10mm headed bolts or some push clips. Ours is missing, so we're going to move ahead. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is come right underneath this area of the transmission. Not under the pan, because we don't want to damage it. All we want to do is use a jack with a piece of wood and apply some support in this area. Now with that supported, let's locate the mount. Up along the driver's side wheel well, you're going to find exactly where the mount is connected onto the transmission and to the body of the vehicle. To start removing this mount, we're going to continue by using a 14mm socket. We'll come up and remove these two mounting bolts. The next thing we want to do is start removing the through bolt. That's the bolt that goes through the body, through the mount, and then into the other side of the body. We'll use a 17mm for this. All right, the next thing we're going to do is carefully start lowering the transmission so we can gain access to removing this mount. There it is, friends. Okay, we've got our mount out of there. Before we continue by installing the brand new one, make sure you clean the threads on your mounting bolts. Okay, so now that we have all of our mounting bolts cleaned with some red thread locker, let's have a look at our brand new mount. Now, if you were to look at the mount, you can tell that it does matter the direction that you were to install it in. Essentially, the way that this rubber is going to make a big difference. Now, with that said, you also want to pay attention to the base. Looking at the base, you can tell that you have this area that kind of hooks outward a little bit, and the other side is almost straight down. Kind of comes out a little bit, but not too much. Anyways, you want to make sure you have this area with the hook out facing towards the rear of the vehicle. So if this was inside the vehicle, the hook is facing that way, and you can tell the exact way that the rubber bushing is supposed to be facing as well. It's all extremely important. Let's carefully slide this up and into the body of the vehicle. Once you have it up there, continue on with your through bolt. We'll slide this into position, and we're going to leave it loose for now. We'll start this in a few threads, but like I said, leave it loose. Now let's slowly and carefully start jacking up the transmission and start putting in our lower mounting bolts. Now that we have all of these started, we're going to continue jacking up the transmission until it's completely bottomed out against the mount. After that, snug up all of your mounting bolts. With all of our mounting bolts snugged up, continue by torquing the center one here to 47 foot-pounds. Once you have the center torqued, torque each of the smaller lower bolts to 36 foot-pounds. Remove your engine support. Now, once you have everything torqued properly, the next thing you're going to want to do is safely put up your splash shield across here. As I mentioned in the beginning of our video, ours was missing, so I have nothing to put up here. Whatever you took down, make sure you put it back up. Okay friends, we got our transmission mount installed in the vehicle. Now all you want to do is go ahead and hop inside the passenger compartment, start it up, run it through the gears, make sure the engine isn't shifting around too much. Aside from that, take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.